If you happen to find yourself single and want to experience searching for a life partner online and on dating apps, I just happen to have a few tips that I wish I knew before joining dating apps and trying out online dating. I truly wish after watching my video you will skip the necessary heartbreaks that I went through before I changed my whole strategy at how I approached online dating. I can say this new strategy works because I'm engaged now. So it's been tried and proven to work. Hey y'all, welcome to my video, and I must say that I am so happy you have come across this video because that shows that you are on track to course correct in your life. Therefore, everything that happens in the near future will entirely depend on the choices you make today. I know most people dread being single and starting over. They view this as a sign of failure, that they have failed, and their relationship of so many years they worked so hard for to nature has ended, and now they're back at square one. It feels awful starting from scratch, searching for a partner. Believe me, I know. It's hell. And in an attempt to move on, say a friend suggests joining dating apps and tell you try out online dating. You know, it might be an option worth trying out and exploring. Then you download a dating app of your choice and create a profile. Upload some of your best photos, your pictures, you know, those throwbacks, and then you start your online dating journey. Maybe this is your story or maybe it is not. If it's not, it doesn't really matter. What I can tell you is being single is not a sign of failure or that you are unloved or that you will never meet anyone who will choose you. Being single should not reflect or be associated with negative aspects about your life, because simply it is not. You were single because something really needed to change in your life. And look at it from that angle instead. Sometimes we have to lose the things that we thought were best for us, only to discover that there are even better things for us out there. You will later realize that you had to first let go of this thing or this person that you were holding so close to your heart, so you can make room for that which is better or best reflect a version of you that you want to be. For you to inhale, you first must exhale. It's just basic science and it applies everywhere in life. So start your journey on a positive note so that you radiate positivity everywhere you go, and allow whatever needs changing in your life to change by trusting and believing that everything that happens to you really has no defined meaning at all. You are in charge of assigning meaning to everything that happens in your life. And let's say, how about this? If you knew that you being single today is actually going to turn into something positive later in your life, what then? Will you then be happy about your situation now, about being single now? Then why not just assume that whatever happens will turn out to be good in the end anyway? I mean, what do you have to lose, right? You still win in the end. Anyway, that being said, I just like starting my videos on a high. God knows we all need our spirits lifted once in a while. Today, I want to talk about the issue that needs to be addressed if you find yourself looking for love on dating apps. The very fact that a lot of people still don't believe that you can find genuine love online has a lot to do with why so many people who really do join dating apps either don't come out of it or end up frustrated and just give up because it seems pointless, really. And to some degree, this does seem like the reality. We all know someone who seem to be stuck or in an endless loop, always going back to dating apps and never really seem to make any sort of progress at all, despite meeting potential partners. And you might wonder why that is so. Today in this video, I will answer that question. So let's start. First things first. You see, the logical mind is very interesting. Being logical by nature, it will always seek for solutions to problems. Yeah. So this is applied in every area of your life, and this will happen even when there is no problem at all. Your logical mind will create a problem just so it can be occupied to find a solution for the very problem that it created in the first place. I myself find this very interesting. I don't know about you, but I just find it very interesting. However, why is any of this relevant? Well, you will agree with me that once you join a dating app or online dating, the choices seem overwhelming. I mean, you come from the normal world where days go by, sometimes even weeks, before you meet a person that catches your eye. And I mean really catch your eye, and most times you don't even have the opportunity to talk to them, let alone go on a date with them. You just look from afar and it ends there. And then here you are, everyone is fair game. You can literally message these people and they can respond to you, or even make plans with them. Your brain is not used to having so many choices all at once. So what happens is an overload of choices. Believe me when I say it can get increasingly addictive really fast. And this right here is a reason why the majority of people shy away from dating apps. Dating apps is really not for the faint of heart, to be honest with you. It is like a drug that needs the utmost self-control. And those are just facts. And that is just a fact. Then factor in algorithms. Now things just get more complicated and messy. The situation I have just described to you right here is called the paradox of choice. This is another way of describing these groups of people who seem forever stuck on dating apps with no indication of ever leaving. What this term means is simply that the mind gets overloaded or is bombarded with too many choices it cannot handle and is now unable to make the right choice for you. And additionally, even after making the choice, the logical mind, your analytical mind, will always remain unsatisfied because, as I mentioned, it will continuously create problems for you even when there is no problem for it to solve. It will still believe that there might be a chance or a better option for you, a better partner out there, therefore leaving the host or you with no choice but to continuously searching. So the idea of perfection really doesn't exist. There is no perfect partner. There is no perfect relationship. We all pick what we think we can handle and tolerate the rest. I must say, even when I was on dating apps, I would find myself nitpicking at everything about someone I'm on a date with and not really giving them a chance to see if there's more to them besides, what meets the eye. I'm also guilty of this sin, to be fair, but we live and we learn. That's why I'm here. I know very well dating when you are older or mature can be very complicated because you're already set in your ways and already past the point of making drastic adjustments for anyone. You want your new partner to conform to your routine or to fit into your life schedule without making any compromises. And I would not be the one to say that you should or you should accept anything less. No. However, there are reasonable reasons, and then there are some reasons where your logical mind is basically creating problems for you. And because of this, You just cannot seem to make your mind up or find the perfect person you think exists. You still believe things can and will have to get better. There comes a point that they kind of won't. Not when you have that attitude, at least. They just won't. What will happen is you will keep passing people up that were actually compatible with you, but because you can't seem to make a choice, or you are too afraid to make the choice, thinking if you do, it will just be the wrong one and you will leave to maybe regret it, or etc. I don't know. So what you're doing instead is walking around in circles, chasing your own tail or illusion. And because you are so far gone, even if you were to meet the perfect person, they will not meet your standards. It is almost funny when I look back, because each time I deleted my dating app and take a break from it, because sometimes, it would just get so frustrating. You just can't get anywhere. You just can't do it anymore. And I remember when I would, download the app and create another account and start over, start fresh, start different, new pictures, new everything, new me, new whatever. And then maybe this time you start with a promising batch, a different type of people this time around. And I'll be greeted with the very same faces that I left. Still there, almost as if saying, welcome back, as if I never left. I bet you, if I was to create another account just for laughs, not saying that I will, but if I would still find some of them still on there, still searching, just there. So, when exactly must the swiping stop? Because at some point, the swiping has to stop. And I want to share with you some tips to help you if you find yourself trapped in this paradox of choice. Because it is real. It is real. So, here we go. 1, narrow down your conditions. Some conditions that people are looking for in a partner are unrealistic and just dead delusional. Some things you can live without, or compensate, or compromise. You cannot look for someone to be perfect, because believe it when I say you are not perfect either. So nothing will be seen as perfect in the eyes of another who is also not perfect. Only a perfect creation can perceive perfection, because what you see and don't like in others are just parts of yourself reflected back to you. We see ourselves through others, and that is how we know what is really wrong with us, and how we fix that which is wrong is through fixing ourselves first. And you remember the saying, be the change you want to see in the world, Gandhi? Or there's a verse that says, before you remove a brother's speck in his eyes, first you must remove your, the plank that's in your own eyes. Matthew 7 verse 3, I think. That rings a bell, churchgoers. So basically that's what it means. So have an honest reflection with yourself and really, really list down the conditions, the deal breakers, and see which ones are realistic and which ones are unrealistic, and come up with a new list of conditions to actually work with. I will not give an example of the unrealistic conditions, because I do not want to bring limitations into your reality. What can seem unrealistic to me can be very realistic to you. We see this all the time. We all live in different realities, guys. And what I see is very different from what you see, or the next person from you sees. So you alone will determine what you think is realistic and what is unrealistic, and work from that angle. from your perspective and according to your own standards. 2, try and relax. Dating is meant to be a fun, relaxing time for you to be yourself and showcase your best qualities, That is how you are more likely to attract someone who is compatible with you. And that can only happen when you are being yourself and are relaxed. A little nervousness is obviously fine. It indicates, your genuine interest in whoever or whomever you are meeting or dating. But try not to be too anxious and focused on the idea of perfection or everything being perfect. If you focus on everything going perfect, you will get the exact opposite, which will frustrate you every time, and even more so the harder you try to control everything. Just relax and observe things flow on their own, and try and avoid the urge to control everything. You really don't want to, and you have to drop the importance of finding someone who is perfect, and accept that the right person will not have to be perfect, but they will have everything you need and are looking for in a partner. The moment you relax and stop focusing on the idea of perfection is when you will likely find someone who is compatible with you, because that's how you allow something to actually happen. So allow it. 3, assure yourself that it is okay and acceptable to make a mistake and choose a partner you are not compatible with. And if this happens, you will forgive yourself and continue your journey or your search. The reason why I say this is because the majority of the times, the indecisiveness is attached to the fear people have of being wrong, of making a mistake and choosing, say, the wrong partner, and thereby missing the chance of meeting the right partner. I need you to realize this one simple fact. Nothing that truly belongs to you can be lost to you. Nothing. So you don't have to be crippled by the fear of losing someone or missing your soulmate out. That can happen. It just can't. Everyone you meet is there for a reason, and the more open you are to the idea of accepting the person you are with now, the more you will realize you already have the partner that you have been looking for all along. And I only say this if the person that you're with checks out all the conditions that you have. Don't forget the conditions. They are very important, because what you want is to avoid settling for whatever reason, because that is the same as crossing your boundaries, and going against yourself, which will have dire consequences later for you. So do not just settle. That is not what I'm saying, please. That is not what I'm saying. Do not settle. Instead, be assured and trust in the conditions that you have set. That is your blueprint. Work with it. If the person that you have met has managed to check out all of these conditions, all of them except, of course, the unrealistic ones. Remember to get rid of the unrealistic conditions. The ones that you have classified as unrealistic. If they have checked out all the conditions, give yourself the permission to move forward with them. Get to know this person. And remember not to be quick to dismiss them at the first sign of trouble, thinking that, oh well, there's more where I got this one from. Don't have that attitude. Give them a chance if you truly believe they do deserve a chance. Because truth of the matter is, we all have imperfections. And if we accept imperfections that we see in others, they will also accept our imperfections. And that's how relationships bloom. Not because you are perfect, but because you accept each other just the way you are. And that is what perfection is. Loving and accepting your partner despite knowing how broken they truly are inside. Anyway, I hope this video will help you make the right decisions in your dating journey. And always remember to keep a positive attitude. Be happy. Just enjoy and relax. Find yourself if you have to. May you all have a good week and stay safe.